Time now for your tropical update, and we have a brand new advisory from the Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Leslie, now a 60-mile-per-hour storm. We'll take a look at that in a moment. First, though, I want to turn the clock back and look back 191 years to the anniversary of the Long Island hurricane. And you see here that it moved in on September 3rd, 1821. It was the only, according to some researchers, major hurricane that went directly over New York City, produced a 13-foot storm surge, which came up in an hour and basically merged the Hudson and East Rivers. Now, I want to show you the hurricane evacuation zones in New York City. We don't get a storm like that very often in New York City, obviously, but it's not a bad idea to know what's going on with the evacuation zones. And there's a closer look for you. Zone A is this area that's in orange, and that's where if we get a Category 1 hurricane, we could see storm surge flooding. Then Zone B is the yellow areas reaching well into Queens and Brooklyn, and Zone C is the green areas, and that's where we'd see flooding with a major hurricane, a Category 3 or 4, and you can see that extends well inland here, well into the West Village and Soho, the Battery, Lower East Side, the East Village, and also well into Queens and into Brooklyn. So it's just handy to know whether or not you're in these zones, and you can check this out at nyc.gov, and you can also see where the evacuation centers are in case we do get a storm like that. But it is a very rare event, just does not happen very often at all. We are now watching, again, the storm, Tropical Storm Leslie. That is a 60-mile-per-hour storm. It's working north-northwest at 8 miles per hour, and very slow movement is expected over the next few days here. This is the visible satellite picture. You can see how the sun has come up, and we're getting a really good look at the storm. You notice there's a large area of storms here, but it's really displaced from the center. In fact, as we zoom in, you can see that low-level center right there. So what's happening is that there is stronger wind that is now coming through, and you can see that revealed in the cloud tops. Right in here, you see those higher cloud tops that are being blown off to the south and to the east. The system is now being sheared, and we expect only slow intensification over the next couple of days as it generally makes its way off towards the north. Now, will it have a direct effect on Bermuda? It's hard to say. Bermuda is a very small place, so it's difficult for a storm to come right over top. You see there's a large area of uncertainty here, but the storm is generally going to be moving near Bermuda by the end of the week and could very well be a Category 1 hurricane when that happens. It will initially be in this area of weak steering flow on the west side of this area of high pressure. There's an upper level low off to the east here, and there's a little dip in the jet stream that's not going to grab it and take it off to the north and east, but there's going to be a more significant dip in the jet stream late in the week, and that will grab the system and then take it off towards the Canadian Maritimes, could brush with Newfoundland there, and there's an outside chance that it could have an effect in the U.S., but we do think at least we're going to see very high surf all along the East Coast over the next several days. Steph, back to you.
We want to get one more check of the weather before we head out the door. Of course, it's Labor Day, Mike. Everyone wants to know, where is the rain and where's the heat?
Now, the heat is definitely in the middle of the country, that's for sure, Stephanie. Check out some of these numbers. In Tulsa today, 107 degrees for you, about 18 degrees above average. In Kansas City, you'll be sweating it out at 94 degrees, so it feels like the dead of summer for sure. In Omaha, we're staying hot tomorrow at 95, 88 in Minneapolis, where it'd normally be about 76 degrees. And in Chicago, we'll be 87. Our normal high this time of year is right around 78 degrees, and we'll stay above it almost every single day this week. Check out the forecast. The highest is today, but 87 tomorrow is a warm day for you. Thunderstorms to turn for midweek, getting to Thursday, and the weekend temperatures cool down just a little bit. Mixed bag for you here in the Northeast. The farther north you go, the more pleasant the weather is. Some showers, though, around D.C. and Baltimore. Work your way toward Philadelphia this morning, and Delmarva, Pittsburgh, 86 for your Labor Day with some thunderstorms. Buffalo, 88, and you'll be dry. Dry from New York to Boston, looking great in Burlington up on Lake Champlain for Labor Day. Steph?
All right, Mike, thanks for that. Happy Labor Day to everyone on behalf of the whole morning team here. Remember to check out our webpage, weather.com/wakeup.